Welcome back. We've been having the Chairman, Revenue Mobilization, Allocation, and Fiscal Commission, Engineer Elias Mbam, stay with us. Are you suggesting that $5 billion wasn't missing from the Federation accounts?
I am not saying so. I'm saying I'm not aware of it. That the person who says it's missing should be able to substantiate it. Because these are people, the states are also people who meet with the president and agree to withdraw from that. They also agreed to withdraw money there to open up a sovereign wealth fund. So if something like that is missing, as big as $5 billion, I believe it should have been brought to the public immediately it happened. And I'm not aware of such a loss.
So who takes custody of the Federation accounts? Who should be aware that if a money is missing or not in the Federation accounts?
Well, we have a custodian of the Federation account. And that custodian is the Accountant General of the Federation. But I'm saying that for such money to miss, every commissioner we know, because they participate in the meeting. We also participate in the meeting. So if such money is missing and no commissioner of finance has reported it at the floor of the meeting, well, I'm waiting for a proof.
You'll recall that the reports made the headlines of the sack of the Accountant General of the Federation. Does that in any way lay credence to the fact that some things were just not right with the way the Federation account is being managed?
What I read from the Office of the Accountant General was that the man retired at the age of 60 and was not sacked. I read it in a paper, signed by the Office of the Accountant General. So some of these speculations need to be confirmed. I am not aware that he was sacked, but what was written in the paper by his office, by the Office of the Accountant General, was that the man attended the age of 60 and retired, and that is the retirement age of public officers.
Now let's look at the sharing formula. Is this okay? The current sharing formula, is this okay for the state governments?
Well, I believe 13% is fair enough now, if it is properly utilized. And remember, it's not only for oil and gas. It includes any other natural resources. So if you're able to develop your solid mineral and it contributes to the Federation account, you get 13%. That is what the law says now. And if I recall, the National Conference still retained that 13% in their own debate. So I think it is fair, and I believe the general public, the majority of Nigerians feel it is fair. What is important is the utilization. It is not meant for the development of state capital. It's meant for the development of the oil-producing areas.
How do you explain the agitation by some state governments who also find it so difficult to pay workers' salaries in their states?
I'm not sure they are agitating for derivation only. They are agitating about other percentages allotted to different tiers of government. They have a right to agitate. And we as a commission have looked at it, we have reviewed it, we have passed the draft of the new formula. It's just at the concluding end that we produce a result. So we wait for the result. I don't want to preempt the public presentation.
But even the Revenue Mobilization and Fiscal Commission has been advocating for devolution of resources. So doesn't this give some reasoning to those who have been clamoring and agitating for a review of the revenue sharing formula?
Well, the mandate of the commission has its own limitations. We as commission is like a referee. We don't side any tier of government. We as a commission ensures there is fairness, justice, and equity. If Nigerians want devolution of power, of resources, so be it. It is not the responsibility of the commission to decide on whether resources should be 100% owned by the source or the reverse. When the Nigerians agree on that, where we simply ensure that it is implemented.
Some state governors have blamed their inability to pay workers' salaries to the shortfall from the federation account. Is this tenable from your point of view?
Yes, I think it's unfortunate. And I think it should be an opportunity for state governments and even the federal government to take advantage of the present situation to diversify the economy. I don't think that if any state manages what it gets from the federation account and also generates revenue that are available within its location, that they will be complaining. The problem is one, we are acting as if we had no problem and thereby having problem. We are acting as if we are children from a very rich family where you don't need to work to eat. Every month, each state sends its accountant general to come up to Abuja and pick money. And once you cannot pick that money, it becomes a problem. We have not been working to look behind our backyard to pick what are things that are available. Secondly, we need to check abuses. We need to be more prudent. Prioritize our expenditure. I'm surprised that people don't pay salary for 8 months. What do you use the money to do? Salary is basic. So we need to reprioritize our needs. For instance, at this time, why are people still appointing very long list of aides? We have to reduce our cost of governance. Why are public officers chartering aircraft to travel from 45 minutes to Abuja, even though there is a commercial aircraft? So some of these things, I feel, partly because we have not prioritized our needs. And so the state should take this as an opportunity to look inwards and find alternative sources of revenue.
There's been a lot of mystery surrounding the true state of Nigeria's finances. But from your own point of view, is Nigeria really broke?
Look, the Minister of Finance is in the best position to inform Nigerians the position of the economy, because he's the custodian of the whole, and even in addition, coordinator of the economy, in addition to being the Minister of Finance. So if he says Nigeria is not broke, I think it's fair enough to accept that.
Now, with the recent dwindling fortunes in the global oil sector, which is a mainstay in Nigeria's economy, what bailouts would you recommend for a country like Nigeria?
Simple. Diversify. Look for the alternatives. And we have them in several areas. Agriculture. We have very large expanse of arable land. It has always been the largest employer of labor. Why are we not going back to that? In the First Republic, that is what sustained the economy of this country. We just abandoned it because we had free money. Secondly, every state in this country has one form of mineral or the other. Why can't we exploit it? Tourist centers, why can't we develop it? So for every challenge, there is an opportunity. And I think this is an opportunity for us to diversify the economy of this country.
With the coming in of this new administration of President Muhammadu Buhari, which areas in our fiscal policy do you think we need to redress?
Reduce the cost of governance, diversify, manage our economy properly, reduce areas of abuse and wastages, and reduce all areas of leakages, revenue leakages.
Engineer Elias Mbam, it's been nice having you on this episode of Question Time. Thank you very much indeed.
Thank you for the opportunity.
And that's as much as we can take on this episode of Question Time. You may also send us your comments on our various social media platforms showing on your screen. Join us next week on another exciting episode on the show on Channels Television. Many thanks for watching. I'm Benga Ashiro saying goodbye.